Okay, not my prettiest work. Well, is it a good morning?
We're inside.
We're inside. It was a bad night. The wheels fell off on me at 6 o'clock last night. So we kind of just pulled the pin and drove home with the Steger and called it a night because, yeah, that's part of the actual frame of the soil saver. Goes right there, and kind of that's what the lift mechanism pivots on. So we just kind of threw a chain around it, lifted it up, and drove home slow. But yeah, we're gonna pull the whole wheel assembly out so I can fit this piece back up in where it's supposed to go, and we'll get it fixed up. Somebody's been here before. Not great.
Looks like I welded it with a mask.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it because if it was thick, I wouldn't have done any better. But we'll get her done. It is a greaseless pivot point. There is a poly sleeve in there that's not the greatest shape, but yeah. Like you said, at least we're in the shop now. I made it home. It's thawing. Like, for how easy it actually went, I kind of wish I did it last night, but it is what it is. If we did it last night, I would have broken off on the road. And snowstorm, and it was dark, so I wasn't playing around on the road in the dark in a snowstorm. So. Okay, we got the U bracket off. It's supposed to be a U and flat again. Not like that. We'll deal with that in a little bit, but if you want to run the remote, we were going to take the whole assembly off, but we got to get the pin out of the cylinder then, and then there's a turnbuckle deal. It's just a few more steps than I thought there was, so we're just going to see if we can convince it to go out of the way for now, like it was when the chain wasn't on it. I got that chain loose. We're not going to do it because we took the wheel off. I think we might be taking the turnbuckle off. Go back the other way. Okay, took the U-shaped bracket off the bottom of that side, which allowed this side to fall enough that I think we'll be able to do something with it. That's kind of how she's supposed to go. We'll be able to weld somewhat along the bottom of that now. And then that piece is still good. And then it just kind of squishes up and clamps on and granite sandwiches in, and away you go again. There is a pin behind there. They expect you to get a wrench in there, which I couldn't, so we were able to get the welder in there and we tacked the nuts to the frame, so at least they're up there. And I don't know what their grand design was for that, but yeah. I wonder if the other side's doing the same thing. Somebody's been here before, so I don't think it's happened this drastic because that's a fresh break, but it's been patched anyway. Okay, we went for lunch quick. Chris is going. The sunflower dealer is, you wouldn't make there in a half hour with good roads. Half hour south of us. He's going to get the wheel bearing parts that we need. I don't think we actually need any parts for the wheel lift mechanism that broke. I think we'll be able to scab that together. I went for lunch quick, went up and got shovels. We get them from Case IH. They're all universal. Brand new shovels. We're gonna put new shovels on it, sweeps, whatever you want to call them. Well, it's in the shop here and thawed. We're thawing. We did end up sending Chase yesterday. He got a new tank tire and rim, because that's all they had. They didn't have any, just tires. And we've got one spare now, so. Because that guy's, he still holds air. He doesn't go flat, but he'll make the season. He'll be fine. At least we got a spare tank tire again. I don't, it's just miserable out there. It's snowing again and wind's blowing, and I have no idea when we're gonna finish manure at this point. I guess I should stop talking and get back to work. Get this all prepped up and get it welded on. Which is beautiful. Okay, you guys are gonna stay out of the way because I keep wrecking GoPro lenses with sparks. So. And I do have lights for this side of the shop sitting in a box over there. I just have to put them on. So hopefully the video quality gets better too. I better take my steel, put my steel wedding ring on for the Christmas photos we did a couple days ago. I normally just wear a silicone one because, well, the welding slag gets stuck to it, and then it's, you gotta take a grinder to your wedding ring. Really shouldn't have brought that to work today. Okay. Pretty decent. I'm happy with that. Okay, not my prettiest work. There's a bigger gap than I was expecting, but got to weld it inside now, both sides. I did put a thin bead there. There was never weld there before. I didn't weld across the pipe itself. I don't really want the weld wearing out that nylon. I'm probably going to end up, once we get it all bolted back together, support something up there, some support, just to keep it from happening again. I guess I could plate it, or grind the weld down. I don't know. We'll revisit it, but for now I can bolt everything back together and then we can guss it. So I put the one that we heated and bent back on the outside, so it's easier to work on than the center one. The center one will have the one that wasn't misformed. Yeah, I just gotta, I'll bring the fork in and we'll tie that chain around and pull it up, and we should be able to bolt the bracket back up anyway. Okay, it's been a little bit, time has passed, but we got that all bolted up and the wheels back on. We got that other wheel bearing fixed. A friend of ours stopped off, or the guy that did the little test plot dropped off some jackets and some hats, so I expect a sponsorship check in the mail. We're gonna try and rearrange. There's no way we are going to be tanking today, tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get them shoved up both beside each other in this spot, but which the crawler is tucked in the corner there with the crawler over here. Then we can back the soil saver in and we have everything inside the heated shop. That's what we're gonna try and do now. That they both fit here. When like this wall used to go all the way across and these two buildings were separate, or two sides of the building were separate, and then we kind of cut this wall out and folded it around to make a lunchroom and a storage area. That door's 20 feet, and and the train tractors are 12.5 each, so 25 feet. I need 2.5 feet each side of that door, which I think I have. It's just gonna be tight. Might not be able to pull right up beside each other because you won't be able to get through without hopping over the tire. It's parallel parking the boat. It probably doesn't need to sit inside. There's nothing on it that'll freeze, but we've kept it warm for a week now. You kind of still need to pull it out. They can sit there, 2 tanks up there, so I'll say we're backed in. We're ready for the cold go. It'll be tight. It should fit. We definitely, if we cleaned up some clutter, it would go better. Okay, we got everything parked inside that we want inside. One last task for the night. The builders are either coming tomorrow or Monday, and they requested 12 feet of gravel all the way around the building. We said you get 3 sides, but they do need 1 foot of wall space clearance to be able to do the tin flashing, and they would really like to be able to drive their zoom boom around the whole building. So we are attempting to move sopping wet clay with the loader tractor before it freezes. I know, it's kind of a disaster. Kind of get it I'm trying to get it somewhat level. Hopefully I can back drag to finish it and just let it freeze like that, and that's what they can drive on. We'll see. It's not gonna be pretty. Okay, you can't see anything. But good enough. I guess they're not coming till Monday. It's just cold. So. It shouldn't freeze too much. It's minus 15 with bare dirt there. It's iffy if it's good enough. Hopefully it just doesn't freeze enough and we can finish it tomorrow. But wife wants to go out for dinner. I better get home. Soil saver's done. Everything's parked out of the way, or everything is parked. Gotta go the long way around to get out, but
You can get out that.
do want to put new shovels on. I might go do 30 acres of silage ground quick in the morning before we do that, but yeah, we're gonna call it a day. All right. Everything's inside that needs to be inside. The dirt work's pretty much done. A little bit to do yet, but hopefully it doesn't freeze too much. Tomorrow's another day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.